UPI American Football League Player of the Year. His credentials, 34 touchdown passes during the regular season, 6 more against Houston in the playoffs. However, LaMonica's had his troubles with Kansas City. He's passed for only 1 touchdown in each of the Raiders' victories over the Chiefs this season. That's way below his average. He's also completed 20 of 24 passes against him and was intercepted twice. Earlier this week, Bill Ennis visited with Darrell.
Thank you, Charlie. We're talking now with Darrell LaMonica, quarterback for the Oakland Raiders. Darrell, you're playing Kansas City for the 3rd time. You played them twice, you beat them twice. Psychologically, is this title game any different?
Of course, any time that you play, Bill, in a championship game, that there is a little bit of a psychological factor, but we're confident. We feel that we have played them before. We don't feel they can do too many things differently to us, but it will be a hard-fought game, and it's a team that keeps its mistakes to a minimum. I feel that we'll come out on top. I think weather will be a real big factor.
Kansas City has been known for good personnel over the years. Is this personnel presenting any problems from game to game?
No new problem, but they are big, and they're strong, and they're very aggressive. I know the front four is probably as big and as tough as you want to face anywhere, but they've got excellent secondary people and excellent linebacking, so they are a real sound football team. I have an awful lot of respect for them, and I always have. They're hard hitters, and they can give a quarterback a lot of problems, but the big thing is that I just keep the interceptions down to a minimum, and we hope to a nil, but the big factor is that we feel we can move the ball on them both running and passing.
What about Kansas City defenses? Do you look for anything new this time?
Of course, anytime that you've had their record, and it's been a successful record, we feel that basically they'll stay with what they've been successful with. They use a lot of zone, and at times we hope that we can force them to drive on us, because therefore we will be able to get a one-on-one situation with the defensive secondary. And of course, this is what a quarterback looks for. If I can get him a one-on-one situation, this is the ideal thing. And but pretty much I'll have to play the game as it goes. You just never know what the situations might arise.
This pretty much leads into the next question. Kansas City led the league in interceptions. Are they hard to screen in the pass against?
Well, definitely. They're aggressive. What makes it tough, because they're front four. They get a real good pass rush on you. They get excellent range to your linebackers. Lynch and Bobby Bell are 2 real quick men for their size. They have a lot of range, and they can get around. And, of course, Willard Lanier is probably one of the finest middle linebackers in pro football today. But they set in zones. They force you to make the mistake. If you get the deflected ball, or they get a little extra pressure on you, they force you to throw a little early. Timing's a real big factor. And, of course, I feel that I have the big guys up front that can give me that protection. So it's just a matter of completing the passes when we have to, and ball control.
In the playoff game against Houston, you threw to your backs a lot. Now, in this ball game, Warren Wells will be back. Of course, against Houston, you did well with Rod Sherman and Fred Biletnikoff. But how much does Wells mean to your passing game?
Of course, Wells is one of those outstanding receivers. He can get deep. He has an uncanny knack of beating his man deep. He can catch the ball for the bomb. He's always that added threat. They've got to watch him, and they've got to double coverage him. Anytime they do this, they open Freddie Biletnikoff and Billy Cannon at tight end. As you said, last week we did throw to our backs more, but we felt that our backs could beat their linebackers. We isolated. We did get one-on-one situations that naturally a quarterback looks for. But against Kansas City, I'll try to utilize all my receivers, throw to my backs as well as the tight end and the outside receivers. I'll try to keep them on us. I like to establish a running game. If I can do this and control the football, not only control it, but when we do control it, to score with it. I think that's the real big factor, because their offense, they're a big, strong football team. They can use ball control on you, and this will be the big factor. I think that we can get enough points on the board.
You mentioned a moment ago the men up in front of you. How do you rate your offensive line?
Tremendous, Bill. There's no doubt about it. I've had excellent protection all year, and this is the reason why we have been successful. We've scored an awful lot of points, but I'm only as good as my offensive line. If they're blocking for me, I should have a pretty good day. But that's been the reason for our success. And, of course, we got our funny running backs in here, Dixon and Charlie Smith. And, of course, we got a newcomer, Marv Hubbard. He's an outstanding athlete. He's a real hard runner, a lot like Jim Taylor of the past. But we feel we have a real solid group all the way around, and it's just a matter of going out and paying the price. We know that we have to go out. It will definitely be a physical game. We're going to have to lay leather with them and just keep our mistakes to a minimum.
Bill Ennis also spoke to Tom Keating, Oakland's all-league defensive tackle, who will also be mighty busy this afternoon.
Tom, the Kansas City Chiefs undoubtedly will be running at you, much like they did in the final game of the season. How do you prepare for this, and how do you rate the Chiefs' offensive line?
We have a variety of defenses that we'll use against Kansas City. And actual preparing is we go through our defensive day 2 days this week, and we'll run our offensive team will run their plays against us in the formations they use. And so we get accustomed to them. We played them twice this year already, so we pretty much know what they're gonna run. They'll run basically the same things. As far as rating their offensive line, they're probably the biggest offensive line in football. Certainly the two biggest guards I've ever seen with Ed Buddy and Mo Mormon, and possibly the biggest tackles in football with Tyre and I can't think of his name, David Hill. And E.J. Hall's an excellent center. So they have a very impressive offensive line, especially running, because they're so big. And their tendency is to screen out the backs in the backfield because they're short and stocky guys, and it's kind of hard for a guy like me to see them. It makes it difficult.
This leads into my next question. You play over the middle. You've got both guards popping at you constantly. And what is your prime responsibility?
To try to stay on my feet. No, I have my responsibility basically is to try to straighten the center up and then to move either way depending on which way the backs will flow. If they're going right, I try to hit the center and then try to get into the guard and keep both the center and guard off our middle linebacker. And that way protect them going either way.
Kansas City has short running backs. What kind of problem does this present? They hit fast.
Yeah, well, people like Garrett and especially Holmes weighing 220 and being only 5'9" is a tough man to attack, and you've got to hit him. You can't just stick an arm out and hope he'll go down and throw your body in front of him because he doesn't trip over you. And neither does Garrett. Garrett's shifting, he's got good power, and he's an excellent receiver. And people like that they're tough. They're not the kind of backs you usually face. Kansas City gives you a lot of different problems than other people because of the personnel.
Kansas City uses a lot of different offensive formations. Now, in your position over the center, what do you have to look out for, and what does this present to you?
Well, because of the difference in the variety of formations they use, we have to prepare a lot more for Kansas City than we would for another team because of the looks they give us, and then they shift out of what's called a 4-eye into their offensive strong right or strong left, and therefore we'll shift after they do. So you have to be awake, you have to keep your eye on their alignment, and it takes a little more concentration than it would with a team that doesn't have the variations in offense that they have.
Tom, good luck to you this afternoon.
Okay, thank you very much.
And now back to Charlie.
All right, thanks, Bill. Derogatis will analyze the Chiefs and the Raiders and tell us what each must do to win today. We'll be back with more of AFL Championship. Who will win today's AFL Championship game? Most important, how will they do it? Well, the man who a year ago told us how the New York Jets were going to win the Super Bowl is back with us. Derogatis. Al, what does your crystal ball say today?
It tells me, Charlie, that this is a tough one. Two great football teams, the Chiefs and the Raiders. It could be 7-6, could be 50-0, it could be 38-37. It could very well be sudden death. Because in the final analysis, it's going to be the emotional peak of both teams at kickoff time. A team can go flat overnight, or two teams at kickoff can be psychologically ready for a great effort. And I look for that this afternoon. We're going to see a sensational football game, be absolutely sure of that. I picked the Oakland Raiders. But now what I'd like to do is let's take a look at both teams for a little while and see what some of the superstars on these two teams can do. We're going to see the complex Kansas City Chiefs team. The Kansas City Chiefs do so many things so very well from so many different sets. This is a highly publicized.
The Kansas City Chiefs. We've seen them in action. We've discussed their relative strengths and weaknesses. There's only one thing left to do, and that is to play the 10th annual AFL Championship game. Oakland, as you mentioned, the favorite, not only because the Raiders have defeated the Chiefs twice this season, but they have defeated Kansas City 7 out of their last 8 meetings. The winner here today at Oakland will advance to the Super Bowl in New Orleans next Sunday. They will play the Vikings, who defeated Cleveland 27-7, the NFL champions in Minnesota this afternoon. On behalf of Derogatis, Ralph Porter, Bill Ennis, this is Charlie Jones. Stay tuned for the American Football League Championship game with Curt Gowdy, Kyle Rote, Derogatis. I'll be working the sideline on television. Jim Simpson, George Ratterman will be on radio. We'll be right back after station identification.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Curt Gowdy to call the play-by-play. In the booth will be Kyle Rote, Derogatis analyzing. Down in the field reporting will be Charlie Jones.
The winner of this game meets the Minnesota Vikings for the Professional World Championship next Sunday in New Orleans. Oakland has been established as a slight favorite. They've defeated Kansas City twice this year by 3 points and by 4 points. They've beaten Kansas City 6 of the last 7, but this is a new Sunday. The weather is perfect for football. 54 degrees, a brisk wind blowing to the goal on your left, a lightning-fast field. Now let's hear from our two analysts, Kyle Rote and then Al Derogatis. Kyle?
Well, Al will have a comment on Kansas City. From Oakland's standpoint, I fully expect Darryl LaMonica to go up on top very quickly, trying to get on the scoreboard early, more so than normal. And defensively, I think Oakland will perhaps stack their defense against Kansas City to try to take away Kansas City's strong running game and force Lenny Dawson to put that ball up in the air. They think that they can handle it.
How do you see it, Al?
Well, Curt, I have a feeling that the Kansas City Chiefs got to stop the pass, obviously. And it wouldn't surprise me if we saw a change in that defensive secondary. 5, maybe 6 defensive halfbacks to stop the pass, force the Oakland Raiders to run.
Now let's go down to the field to Charlie Jones.
All right, Curt, as you mentioned, the weather is excellent here. It is warm, a clear sky. One thing you might notice is that the field of the grass is just a bit on the slick side. You don't get that good a grip. You may see a bit of slipping and sliding. It is not from the water. It is from the water effect that we had in the rain 2 weeks ago. It's the fact that the grass is just a little bit slick here in Oakland. One other quick point. Look for the Oakland Raiders to show a different offensive set. Look for them to split a tight end and put a shot back in that side. They have yet to show that this year. Let's go back upstairs.
Players are being introduced. It has already been announced as a record crowd here, 54,544. Oakland now has had 10 sellouts this year. And their professional football team has become the hit of the Bay Area. On your left is the youngest coach in professional football, John Madden, 33 years old. He'll be coaching the Oakland Raiders. And on your right, Henry Stram, who is the only coach in AFL now who's had an unbroken string of 10 years in the league's history. He's the coach of Kansas City. Sid Gilman had that string going until he became ill this year and had to resign as head coach and maintain his general managership duties. Oakland will feature Darryl LaMonica, who twice this year has thrown 6 touchdown passes in a game. LaMonica has heaved 34 touchdown passes this year, just 2 short of the all-time professional record in one season. And this is Lenny Dawson, who is 50% better right now than he was when he was here 3 weeks ago to meet the Raiders. He's had a damaged knee all year. They were going to operate on it, decided not to. He missed 6 games, but the 2 weeks rest on their playoff game with the Jets into the championship game here today has helped Dawson. Oakland is going to kick off from your right. Kansas City is going to receive on your left. So Kansas City will have the wind here in the first period. It's a crosswind swirling around. Now the 2 teams played in Kansas City, with Oakland winning that game 27-24, the color guard coming on. In that game, Kansas City gave up the ball 7 times, 5 interceptions and 2 fumbles. The second game here in December, a tough one, 10-6, in which Kansas City threw only 6 passes in the game. Oakland winning that one, too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Day Johnson, the fifth dimension, will be entertaining us at halftime. Here's the offensive lineup of Kansas City. Frank Pitts will be a wide receiver at number 25. Kyer, number 77, and Hill, 73 at the tackles. Buddy, 71, and Moorman, 76 at the guard. E.J. Holland will be the center, number 55. Lem Dawson will be quarterback, number 16. Mike Garrett, number 21. Robert Holmes, number 45, the running back. And Otis Taylor, 89, the other outside receiver. Wendell Hayes and Robert Holmes are going back deep. This is the offensive lineup of the Raiders. Rod Sherman will start, number 13. Steele and Shue the tackles. Upshaw and Harvey the guards. Jim Otto the center. With LaMonica, the quarterback, Bolitnikoff, outside receiver, and Dixon and Smith, the running back. Teeing up the ball is Mike Eichide. Two fullbacks are deep for Kansas City. Most of the year they've used three deep men on the kickoff return. But against New York, they use these two fullbacks, and they're using them again today. And the kick is coming to Holmes. On the 5, 15, 20, 25, and a good return out to his 29-yard line. The tackle by Ralph Oliver, Chip Oliver from USC. Jack Vester, the referee today. Paul Trubisky, the umpire. Sal Lepore, the head linesman. Aaron Wade, the line judge. Hugh Gamber, the back judge. Bob Bauer, the field judge. The men were selected. They've been rated all year long, and on their seasonal performance, they're here today. Kansas City on their 29, first down. In their I formation with a slot right. In motion is Garrett. Flags are down. The play goes for a yard, and that's all, as Carlton Oates made the tackle on Robert Holmes. So we had a lot of motion going on, and flags dropped at the snap of the ball. We're talking with Dan Connors, number 55, the defensive captain of Miami. This is a legal procedure against Kansas City declined by Oakland.
And Curt, you know, it looks as though what we anticipated, perhaps for both ball clubs, Kansas City already putting the man in motion, obviously to try to freeze Dave Grayson, who is normally able to be a roaming type of safety, trying to tie him up so he can't help out his other safety man.
Now they have a wide slot to the left, and Otis Taylor flanks to the right on second down and 8. Going to Taylor. Got him. First down at the 44-yard line of Kansas City. Covering the big flanker was Nehemiah Wilson, number 26. You've got an overmatched baby physically there. Taylor is the biggest flanker in pro football. He's 6'3 and a half, weighs 218. Nehemiah Wilson is 160 pounds and goes around 6 feet tall. Comparison of the two quarterbacks. Dawson very accurate. But look at the touchdown passes for LaMonica. On first down, Robert Holmes bucking up the middle. And he's to his 48-yard line, where he's met there by Gus Otto, who hit him first, and then the right tackle, Tom Keating.
There, Curt, it was the third formation that we've seen the Kansas City Chiefs use. The first one, as Carl described, motion to one side, slotted to the other. The next formation really evolved into a double wing, and then the straight power I running with Fred Urbanus leading the interference.
Second down. 7 to go. Kansas City just over their own 47. No score early.
Right here, Willie. Right here, Willie, go.
Dawson takes the swing. Tried to hit Garrett on the other side as they were setting up a screen behind E.J. Holland, the center, and number 73, the tackle, Dave Hill. So they faked the swing to the left and came back and threw a screen pass to the right.
And one of the reasons they do this, of course, is to try to affect the screen one way, where the linebackers see the quarterback more than anything else. They'll see this fake, also the back going out there, hoping that the linebackers will react toward that first fake, of course, to free up the runner on the right side.
Len Dawson, a 13-year veteran of pro football, All-American at Purdue, brings them up now, 3rd and 7. Kansas City on their own 47. In motion is Mike Garrett. Nice protection. Going deep. And it is a fumble, but there had it. Going against Willie Brown. Willie Brown, the premier cornerback in the AFL, was beaten by a half step, and it was jarred loose out of Otis Taylor's hand. Well, that'll bring up a punt formation. We'll set up the return scene now for Oakland. George Atkinson is going back deep. And he's going to be joined by Rod Sherman, who will be 10, 15 yards in front of him. Gerald Wilson, who averaged 44.5 yards a kick this year, third best in the American Football League, but just 0.2 of a yard behind the leader, Dennis Partee. Kick low. And Oakland watches the ball go dead on their 12-yard line. So we'll watch the Raiders go into play now on their own 12. Timeout. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score. Kansas City, nothing, and Oakland, nothing. Darryl LaMonica brings his Oakland Raiders up. They're on their 12-yard line with a first down. Charlie Smith breaks over the 20. Second-year running back at the University of Utah, who has started every game and played every game this year. Very durable performer. Is brought down by the right cornerback, Emmett Thomas. So that puts the ball on the 21-yard line of Oakland. Second down and a yard to go. Right back to Smith on the same play. A first down. He's hit on his 25 by Bobby Bell, number 78. And Oakland has its first down of the game.
And here, Curt, is the thing the pros do so exceptionally well. They run to the weak side very well. That is the side away from the tight end ordinarily. Billy Cannon set to the right side twice. They hit back to the opposite side.
You see the comparison of the receivers. Notice those 26 touchdowns by Biletnikoff and Wells. 3 short of the AFL record by 2 receivers on one team in the season. Smith was tripped up by 51, Jimmy Lynch, the right linebacker. And that's 3 times in a row now they run that same play. There's Willie Lanier. You'll be seeing a lot of him today, the middle linebacker, number 63. The ball now is on the 26-yard line of Oakland, second down and 9.
And third, what is really making that run go to that weak side is Hewitt Dixon's blocking on Aaron Brown. He's been able to steal him in every time.
Rod Sherman flips to the left, Biletnikoff to the right. Warren Wells will play today. When we don't know. Pass complete to Charlie Smith. Now, this is something LaMonica is probably going to do today, is get Smith against one linebacker, or a linebacker on either side, and work in front of the linebackers instead of trying to get beyond the linebacker. We might watch for that here early in the game, throwing short to Smith in front of the Kansas City linebackers, who have to take him coming out of the backfield. Ball now is on the 32-yard line of Oakland. They have a third down 3. We have no score. 11.5 minutes to play in the first period. Billy Cannon, the tight end, that goes out to the left. They have a slot to the right. And that goes to the 39 to Charlie Smith. Smith getting quite a workout so far. It's another Oakland first down.
And there is the strategy. The game plan, Curt, is beginning now to evolve. He is going short. He's running weak. He's going short. This nullifies the rush very substantially, giving Darryl LaMonica plenty of time now to set up.
First down, the Oakland Raiders on their 39-yard line. Back to their normal setup. Charlie Smith following Jim Harvey. Jerry May slowed him up, and then the hit was put on by the left cornerback, Jimmy Marsalis, who came up along with Bobby Bell, number 78, and number 63, Willie Lanier. Today's American Football League Championship game being brought to you in living color on NBC. If it's really special, it's on NBC. Now it's on the 42-yard line of Oakland, second down and 7. The score, 0-0. Sherman and Biletnikoff spread to the left. Hewitt Dixon. Just short of the 50-yard line. All down by Willie Lanier, number 63, the middle linebacker. Dixon's been nagged with injuries all year and hasn't run with quite the power he did 2 years ago. Larry Todd is coming on, number 22, going out as Charlie Smith as running back, and we're going to have a measurement now at the 49-yard line of Oakland. You know, one thing we see here is perhaps Kansas City is going to an inside type of defensive rush. trying to get into the middle and packing a pretty tight defensive line. And as a result, Oakland is being able to hook their defensive ends and get outside of them. Thus far, we'll probably see Kansas City spread out that defense a little wider, play a little wider line. Litnikoff right, Sherman to the left. First down, Oakland on their 49. Larry Cobb. Cobb is hit by Jim Kearney, number 46, the safety man, a very sure tackler in that Kansas City secondary. Oakland now on the Kansas City 48. We have second down and 7. Let's set up Kansas City defensively. Jerry Mays, left end 75. Curly Culp, left tackle 61. Buck Buchanan 86, right tackle. Aaron Brown 87 to right end. Bobby Bell, Lanier, and Lynch are the 3 linebackers behind them. Second and 7 for Oakland. Hewitt Dixon is stopped at the 45-yard line of Kansas City. Then he's hit there by Jerry Mays, the left end. So now we have a third down and 4 to go for Oakland. Jim Marcellus, a rookie who's had only 2 touchdown passes thrown against him this year, will be the left cornerback. He's 40. Emmett Thomas, 18, the right cornerback. With Kearney, 46, and Johnny Robinson, 42, the 2 safety men. Third and 4. Dixon, incomplete pass. 4th down and 4. They had a good pass rush on that time. LaMonica under pressure by Curly Culp. 4th down and 4. For the Oakland Raiders, and George Blanda is playing in what he thinks is his 380th professional football game today. 42 years old. Will now try a field goal. Blanda's been accurate, close, but not too far out. At age 42, you forget. Right. He'll try it from his own 49. The 48. The kick is up. And it is a touchback. Once that ball crosses the goal line in professional football, it's a touchback. Warren McVay was going to try and run it out. But Kansas City will have the ball on their own 20 with a first down. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score. Kansas City nothing and Oakland nothing. It will be Lassiter left end, Oates left tackle, Keating right tackle, Davidson right end. And their shift. First down on the Kansas City 20. Into Holmes. He's really contained. He slipped on his cut, but he was hit there by number 45, Dave Grayson, the safety man. Second down. Kansas City on their own 20-yard line. Linebackers will be Chip Oliver, the left linebacker, Connors, the middle linebacker, Otto, the right linebacker. Wilson and Brown in the corners, Atkinson and Grayson, the safety man. Second and 10. Where it started and stopped. Holmes twisting to the 24 of Kansas City. That makes a third down 6, and now Kansas City's having trouble running against Oakland so far.
Well, they are, Curt. You kind of have said that it's probably more effective against it's going through the pass. But the thing we'll notice on both teams, Willie Brown and Nehemiah Wilson come over when pitched, and Otis Taylor is to one side. The same thing takes place when the Oakland Raiders have their 2 speed men to one side. The halfbacks will cover them. I think the real question mark will be, can Nehemiah Wilson, 26, cover 89, Otis Taylor?
Third down now, 6. Moving pocket. Dawson throws it back to the other side against the flow. Garrett was coming over the middle, but he was covered beautifully by Dave Grayson, number 45. 4th down. A punting situation. Gerald Wilson will come in to punt for the second time in the game. George Atkinson is going back along with Rod Sherman. Sherman's number 13. Atkinson is 43. Has the wind here in the first period. That's why Wilson kicked the ball low the first time. Let's see how he boosts this one. Atkinson on his 37 to his 40. And is ridden down on his 44-yard line. He's hit there by George Janey, number 60, and Willie Mitchell, number 22. Timeout. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score Kansas City nothing and Oakland nothing. Oakland's ball on their 44, first down, no score, 6:58 to go in the first period. Larry Todd's a running back with Dixon. This is Todd. He's hit on a slashing charge by Jim Lynch, the outside right linebacker, ex-captain and All-American from Notre Dame. Give him a yard on that, second down and 9.
Let's keep in mind that whenever you see Todd or Charlie Smith go into that football game, there's always the threat of their coming out of the backfield and going deep.
Charlie Smith has now replaced Todd in the backfield. Here's a double slot. Lamonika's pass over the head of Rod Sherman. He's running a crossing pattern, and again, Curly Cope was in there hard on Lamonica. Kansas City is trying to rush Lamonica from the inside. The two tackles. Maybe blitzing the linebacker now and then. They want to get to him from the inside instead of the outside.
And again, we've seen the Oakland offense doing basically what Kansas City was trying to do, spreading out that offense. Cannon, Smith on one side, Bolitnikoff on the other with the slot man, trying to freeze that free safety so that he can't help out on the tight safety, and then going up into the middle working on the tight safety.
Third down, 9 to go. Mays and Pope. Pope 61 and Mays 75 on a hard pass rush. Lamonica was jumped only 12 times all year, the lowest in the American Football League. But so far, Kansas City has had a good pass rush on Lamonica. And now with the ball back on the 35-yard line of Oakland, a 10-yard loss, 4th and 19, and Mike Eyeshide will be in the punt. Mike Garrett, number 21, and Willie Mitchell, 22, will be deep. Mike Eyeshide averaged 42.7, fifth in the league this year. Beautiful catch. Garrett floating back to his side. Now on the 11, he fell on the ball. And that is a 54-yard kick from scrimmage by Mike Eyeshide. Kansas City's ball, first down on their 11. Don't forget the Senior Bowl next Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. The North against the South. The North coached by Lou Saban of Denver, the South by Don Shula of Baltimore. First time in Senior Bowl history that AFL and NFL coaches have opposed each other in the Senior Bowl. Well, we have no score here. Let's spot that ball on the 10. Kansas City 10. It's closer to the 10 than the 11. They have 5:30 to go in the first period. Well, that's what they call the Model T. They have a tight end in there. You got to mess up on that one. The idea of that is to double team a tackle and blocking, especially against Tom Keating, number 74. Carlton Oates made that tackle. No gain is second down and 10. Kansas City going out is Garrett. And Wendell Hayes has come in. We have the two fullback style of runners now. Second down 10. This is Holmes. He's hit by the line of scrimmage at the 10-yard line. There's a fumble, but I believe this is the ball had already been blown dead.
We have one official who did blow the ball dead, which will be brought back up.
They bring it back to the 10. Lamar Wilson in his practice play by a cornerback that time, coming up and meeting that big running back head-on and stopping him right at the 10-yard line.
Exactly right. The thing that really helped him out so much was the great play of Chip Oliver. Chip took all the interference, and as you call it, Lamar Wilson came up. He is playing tight. There is always that threat to number 89, Otis Taylor.
Lamar Wilson weighs just over 165.70, and Holmes weighs 220. Third down now, 9.5 to go for Kansas City. Dawson. Over the head of Otis Taylor, who is being covered by Lamar Wilson. And it's evident they're trying to work Dawson. Dawson's trying to work Taylor on the smaller man, Lamar Wilson, and another punt formation. Kansas City's having trouble moving, and so is Oakland right now. for the sellout crowd. 53-degree temperature and a bright, sunny, windy day in Oakland. George Atkinson and Rod Sherman are back deep. And Gerald Wilson is in punctuation. This will be the third time he's punted. Tremendous kick over the head of Atkinson. Hitting on the 30. And is touched on the Oakland 34. How's that for a kick out of the end zone? Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score. Kansas City nothing and Oakland nothing. 6 yards, but kicked in the air 70 yards by Gerald Wilson. Oakland ball first down on their 34. Hewitt Dixon stopped on his 35. 86 is Buck Buchanan, angling unit 75 from the left end, Jerry May. The yard gain, second down, 9 to go for the Raiders. Charlie Smith, Hewitt Dixon, split behind LaMonica. Sideline pattern to Charlie Smith. They're working Smith out of the backfield in front of the linebackers, and he's knocked out by linebacker Jim Lynch. He goes out on the Oakland 42. That makes a third down now and 2 yards to go for the Raiders.
These are two tough teams to screen against or to draw against. They're getting that linebacker way out there. The linebacker is covering the man out. The draw could be effective against the wide 4-3.
Third and 2 for the Raiders. LaMonica's now hit 3 out of 5 in the game. Going to the pass again. Charlie Smith. Smith gets the first down on the Oakland 46. Jim Lynch again. Smith comes out, drives the linebacker down, and then stops, and they hit him.
The point, of course, for Jim Lynch, the problem for Jim Lynch is that when Smith does come out of that backfield, he can not only go to the outside toward the sideline as he has been doing, but he has the option, of course, to go back in the middle, and this is what hangs Lynch up. He doesn't know whether he's going to make that inside cut, which is open also, or the outside cut.
One of Oakland's favorite formations right here. They split the tight end cannon to the left and put a slot with the 2 wide men on the right. Here's a draw play to Dixon, and Dixon is jumped at his 47 by Curly Pope, former NCAA wrestling champ from Arizona State. Give him a yard on that one, second down, 9.
Shortly, Curt, we'll see LaMonica start working on Jim Marcellus with Fred Bolitnikoff. He's been showing slot mostly. The cheer now is for Warren Wells, 81, but I think the big man will be 25, Bolitnikoff.
This is a speed burner for Oakland. Warren Wells, who suffered a shoulder separation 3 weeks ago. He's averaged 26 yards a catch this year, best in the AFL. Second down, 9. His shoulder is slightly chased. And that ball is caught out of bounds by the tight end, Billy Cannon. Good enough for a first down on the Kansas City 43. Oakland's had the best of it offensively. Neither team's had a deep penetration yet. A minute and a half to go in the first period, no score. 6 first downs for Oakland. Going deep, and it is Bolitnikoff trying to make one of those sliding catches on the 9. Jim Marcellus, the rookie back, covered him. Marcellus had 2 interceptions against the Jets. Played an outstanding game. He stepped right in as a rookie. He was an outstanding performer in the College All-Star game. There he is, number 40, from Tennessee State. And now Curly Pope is going out, and coming in is Ed Lossimer. And the ball is on the Oakland 43. Billy Cannon is out. Rod Sherman is in. That means Wells, Sherman, Bolitnikoff are all in the game. Second down, 10. They have 3 outside receivers in now. LaMonica to Sherman. He's out on the Kansas City 28. Rod Sherman, ex of USC, number 13, taken out by Jim Kearney.
We'll watch Sherman go all alone now. He's working downfield. He'll give a little inside move. Out. And, of course, that drives Kearney, 46, back to the inside, worrying about that inside move. And here comes Kearney in on the tackle.
Rod Sherman leads the game. Billy Cannon, the tight end, back in again. Wells spreads to the left, Bolitnikoff right. First down, Oakland, and the Kansas City 28. That's Aaron Brown making that tackle on Charlie Smith. So they now have a second down and 9 on the Kansas City 27. And this will be Oakland's deepest penetration of the game. Billy Culp has come back into the game now, replacing Rossimer. Culp has calcium in his ankle, and if he gets hit there, he gets some severe pain. May have taken several minutes for it to die down. LaMonica. The Warren Wells at the 5. Wells is out on the 3. Warren Wells has scored 14 touchdowns this year to lead the league. Dangerous receiver.
We'll see this again. LaMonica going back. Wells at the inside position is going down behind Bolitnikoff. Bolitnikoff is taking his men deep. There comes Wells cutting out number 18, Emmett Thomas. Wells going downfield about 15 yards and then cutting to the sideline. By that time, Bolitnikoff had cleared out all of the other defenders.
All right, Kansas City digs in with his goal line defense. First down, 4 to go for an Oakland touchdown. Gary Smith rambles in. Oakland scores. 36 seconds to go in the first third.
There's some great blocking on that play, Curt. Watch this. Watch your right guard, Jim Harvey, pulling right behind your quarterback, LaMonica. Here comes Harvey, 70, leading the play. Coming into 46, Jim Kearney. That's the last critical block. Also a great block by Hewritt Dixon on the outside man, the linebacker, Lynch.
George Blanda boots it through. Well executed 66-yard drive in 10 plays. With key passes to Rod Sherman, Warren Wells to set up the score. As LaMonica was going left, going right, hitting different receivers, and mixing in the run. Well-balanced attack. Oakland has scored 36 touchdowns this year by passing and only 4 by rushing. On the other hand, Kansas City has been a more balanced team. They've scored 19 by rushing and 16 by passing. Holmes and Hayes are deep. Mike Eischeid will kick off with just 36 seconds left to play in the first period. Oakland ahead, 7-0. They lateral it back. The Wendell Hayes comes out to the 30, over his 35, and they'll spot him down in his 36. Let's quickly get down to Charlie Jones.
All right, Curt, I just had a chance to have a quick visit with Warren Wells. He said it was a short corner on the pass that set up the score, and I asked him about the shoulder. He said it's a little sore, but it doesn't really bother him that much. He feels all right. Back to you.
Kansas City's ball, first down and 36. Dawson attempted 5 passes so far, completed just 1. Kansas City hasn't been able to move, and the wind blew the ball. LaMonica, on the other hand, has hit 7 out of 10. He's been red hot.
You know, Curt, while we're waiting for him to get the ball in there, Mike Garrett and Jens Finnerud are really quite a pair for Kansas City. Garrett, his job to get the ball over the 50-yard line, where Finnerud can make good on the field goal, which he certainly can from that distance.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter with a score. Oakland 7 and Kansas City nothing. Curt Gowdy, Kyle Rodahl, Derogatis here as we start the second quarter. Kansas City on the 36-yard line with a first down. Boston is jet. Tim Davidson hitting first. Dan Connors, 55, blitzing in there also, and the ball is on the 28-yard line of Kansas City for an 8-yard loss. Second down and 18. Reminder that on Thursday, January 15th, Chrysler Corporation will present the annual Bob Hope Christmas Special, a 90-minute visit with servicemen overseas in color on NBC. Well, Kansas City is having trouble yelling on offense. They have not been able to do much either on the ground or in the air. Over the head of Garrett. It's a quick hitch pattern over his head. And it's third down now and 18 to go. And they now have completed just 1 out of 6 passes. Dawson, usually very accurate, hit 59% for the season.
Dawson has a couple of things now, obviously, that he can do. The Oakland Raiders will be looking for the draws. He'll be looking for the screens. But he may just come back and fake that move to Mike Garrett. It might take Garrett on the fly against number 34, Gus Otto.
As they come up with a 3rd and 18, Otis Taylor's to the right and Frank Pitt to the left. Garrett's in a slot. Ooh, nearly intercepted by George Atkinson, who's mad at himself. Look at him, number 43. They had a double team on Taylor. Atkinson dashed in with perfect timing. The ball was high. It would have been a difficult catch, but he had a shot at it. And Oakland is playing. Well, they're fired up, that defensive unit. They're pressing Dawson. So far, they've destroyed the timing of Kansas City. Now on punt formation, Wilson will punt with George Atkinson deep and Rod Sherman close. Oakland leading 7-0. We just started the second quarter. A high, wobbly kick with a good Kansas City bounce. And it's going to be out of bounds on the Oakland 22. Timeout. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score. Oakland 7 and Kansas City nothing. First down, Oakland on their 22-yard line. LaMonica's completed 7 out of 10 so far. Here's a Dixon on a power sweep following Gene Upshaw. Eugene Upshaw leading the way as he pulled out of his left guard position. And Hewitt Dixon is brought down on the 32.
Now we're going to see LaMonica go back. They're in a double wing. A big block coming by Gene Upshaw. What an offensive guard this man is. Jim Kearney has the unenviable job of taking this man down, or trying to, and that's a tough job. They close in on him. He's a bruising runner. There's Johnny Robinson, 42.
Johnny Robinson has played every year of the history of the American Football League, his 10th year. One of the real wise old birds back there in that deep secondary. Here's the measurement now, and they're a half-yard short. So it'll be second down for Oakland on their 32-yard line and a half-yard to go. Charlie Smith's been busy. He's rushed 7 times, and he's caught 4 passes. Second down, a half-yard to go. Smith. LaMonica. The cannon nearly intercepted, not quite, against the far sideline by Jim Kearney. Third down and a half-yard to go for the Oakland Raiders on their 32-yard line. There's Hank Stram, the Kansas City coach. And John Madden, the young Oakland coach. Today's American Football League Championship game being brought to you in living color on NBC. If it's really special, it's on NBC. 7-0 Oakland leading early in the second third. Third down, a half-yard to go. Flag down. Smith may have his first down, but let's see what the penalty's about. That's holding against Oakland. Well, they held up front there trying to pave the way for Smith. Jerry Mays, 75 of SMU, 9-year veteran with Kansas City, their defensive captain. Trying to decide what to do now. Now they're talking to LaMonica. They signaled a holding penalty against Oakland. Mays is 75.
I think the argument as to whether to actually bring the measurement out, because Kansas City would have the option of refusing the penalty if they didn't make the first down, which would then force Oakland to make a decision whether to go for it or punt. And at this stage of the game with the lead, I would assume that they would punt. They're going to bring it back out again.
ball short. Now the punting team comes on for Oakland. And Oakland is going to have Mike Eyeshide back. Kansas City is going to decline a penalty. Mike Garrett. Willie Mitchell. Mitchell's 22, Garrett 21. They normally don't use Garrett as a punt returner, but when Polak has some trouble handling punts, they got Garrett back in there. Eyeshide line drive kick. Hitting on the 35. Willie Mitchell watching it bounce inside the 15. And just there inside the 15. Drew Bowie, a reserve flanker, down the ball. Remember, the AFL All-Star game will be on NBC from Houston Astrodome, January 17th at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. George Wilson will coach the Eastern Division All-Stars, and the Western All-Stars will be coached by Lou Saban of the Denver Broncos. Top players in the AFL will be in that game. Kansas City's ball on their 15-yard line. They have not had a scoring threat yet. They've been well contained so far by Oakland. Oakland leading 7-0. 13 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first half. That's Holmes. In his second year, professor of football from Southern University, and he's stopped by Ben Davidson and Tom Keating. Let's quickly get on to Charlie Jones.
Curt, I just checked the Kansas City bench, and offensively what they are going to try and do in this series is double-team Keating. They feel that they can run inside against him. They're going to put Mike Garrett out wide. They want to get Grayson defensively out of the middle of the defense. They feel that they can throw against their corners, but Wilson is playing a bit soft, so they're in trouble there. Back to you.
Second down and 4. Dawson keeping the ball. Looked like he missed his handoff. They don't want to run him with that bad knee. And Ike Lassiter, number 77, pinned him down.
Now, here's a key play, Curt. The Kansas City Chiefs again have not really moved the football very effectively. They got third and short. They could run and then punt out of there, take no chances. They may try, however, to pass. He may go to that middle. The outside he seems to be a little bit concerned about. He may try to go over the middle. If he does, George Atkinson can be a very big man.
Third down and 3 to go for Kansas City on their own 22. Kansas City has not been in Oakland territory. It took too much time. Mark off the 5 yard. Puts the ball back on the Kansas City 17. Makes it third down and 8 yards to go. May change the call now. We'll see what Dawson does.
You know, Curt, this is one of the disadvantages of the multiple offense where you have so many formations and everything must be so clear cut to in your local terminology to your other players, and this is perhaps what's hanging Dawson up a little bit back there, making sure that they know that it's what formation he wants to run from.
Kansas City in a slot left. Garrett goes in motion. Flag is down. Incomplete pass to the tight end, Arbanis, number 84. But another flag was dropped. Dan Connors, number 55, talking with the referee, Jack West. And holding against Kansas City, declined by Oakland. And it'll be fourth down, 8 yards to go. For a punting situation, Gerald Wilson will be punting for the fifth time. That's Atkinson back deep and Rod Sherman in front of him. Wilson, who boomed a 56-yard kick his last time. Watch that front wall of Oakland. Peeling back for a return. A low kick. Angling away. A beautiful kick angling it away from Atkinson. No return. It'll be out on the 33-yard line of Oakland. So action will continue here in the AFL Championship game with a score Oakland 7 and Kansas City nothing. Up on their 33 with a first down. Olipnikoff and Sherman to the left in a slot formation. Charlie Smith just outside his right end. They're going deep to Sherman. Look at it. He was double teamed. Fell following him down the field was Emmett Thomas, the right cornerback. Then the free safety, Johnny Robinson, who plays like a center fielder, roamed over to give Emmett Thomas some help. By the way, Emmett Thomas led the league this year in interceptions with 9. Johnny Robinson had 8, and Dave Grayson in the Oakland secondary had 8. So we have the top 3 interceptors of the AFL on the field here today. Second down, 10 to go for Oakland on their 33-yard line. Billy Cannon, a tight end, spreads out to the left. Warren Wells is now in. He and Blitnikoff are flipped to the right. The jump off to Smith. Charlie Smith up to his 39. And he was running under some trouble there. Buck Buchanan, the right tackle, finally brought him down.
Let's take a look at Charlie Smith alone. It's a quick screen, breaks suddenly out to the outside. Lynch almost plays this great. He does force the man back in, enabling Buchanan to come over and help out on the tackle.
6-yard gain by Charlie Smith. Billy Cannon is coming out at tight end. Warren Wells, Rod Sherman, and Bolitnikoff, 3 wide receivers are in now. There's no tight end in the Oakland offense on this down. The pass is to Dixon, hoops over his head, and Oakland has been held. They'll have a 4th down and 4, and they'll be in a punting situation. Mike Garrett and Willie Mitchell will be going back as the double safety. 10 minutes and 27 seconds remain to play in the first half. 7-0 Oakland. Oakland scoring in the first period on a 4-yard run by Charlie Smith with 36 seconds to go. Powering job. Mike Garrett takes it on his 18 to the 20 and goes down on his 24-yard line. Down there to get him, Ralph Oliver and number 50, Dwayne Benson. The Bing Crosby Pro-Am from Pebble Beach, California, will inaugurate the 1970 golf season on NBC. The show business names is Phil Harris, Dean Martin, Jack Lemmon, Jim Garner, many more will be on hand with Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and all golf top pros. Saturday and Sunday, January 24th and 25th on the Full Color Network, NBC. Kansas City ball on their own 24. They're trailing 7-0. First down. Long signal count. Bobby Holmes and a power sweep, and that's Nehemiah Wilson. Little Nehemiah Wilson upending him again, and how he's playing those wide sweeps so far in this game.
And you know, Curt, we have seen Kansas City go back to pretty much their standard I-slot formation, rather than going with the Model T formation and the new formations they used early in the ball game. Apparently they feel, let's get back to what we know best and run best, try and get something going that way.
Well, the program says 160. It's hard to believe a little fellow like that can dump these big backs, but he's doing it. On 2nd down 8, Dawson steps into the pocket and hits his receiver, the tight end Arbanis. His forward motion had stopped at the 36-yard line of Kansas City, and that'll be a chief first down. Fred Arbanis is blind in one eye. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
And WBAL Television 11, Baltimore.
Curt, Gowdy, Kyle Road, Al Derogatis, Charlie Jones here in Oakland. Kansas City on their 36 with a first down. They have not penetrated into Oakland territory yet in this first half. Slot right. Garrett in motion. Holmes hit at the 35. Great charge there by Dan Connors, number 55, the middle linebacker, former All-American, University of Miami in Florida.
Now watch that. Ed Buddy makes a good block, but Connors, so quick, comes up and makes a great tackle.
Ball's on the 35-yard line of Kansas City, 2nd down, 11. Dawson has completed 2 out of 9 for just 23 yards. The last meeting between these two teams, Dawson threw only 6 passes in the entire game. 2nd down, 11. Out to Holmes. Connors knocked him off his feet. Dan Connors, to show you the range he has, you saw him make the hit up the middle on the last play, and there he is, racing to the far sideline on this one.
Let's watch this linebacker. He reads this perfectly. He might well have been keying on Robert Holmes. They try to come back and make a block on him, but he gets just enough of the man.
It is on the Kansas City 28. Third down and 18 to go for the Chiefs. 7 minutes to play in the first half, and Oakland's ahead 7-0. Long huddle. They put Garrett over in a slot to the left. Off the quick signal count. Boston is going deep to Garrett. Mid try. Garrett covered by Dave Grayson. Tremendous try by Garrett. Fourth down, 18. Dave Grayson covering Garrett downfield. And so again, Kansas City will go into a punt formation as the Oakland defensive team comes off. George Atkinson and Ron Sherman go back as a double safety. They're on their own 30-yard line. The last two times Wilson has kicked, one for 56, the other for 50, with no return. Lightning spiral to Atkinson. Good ball to return. He's on his 30. Trying to get some peel blocking. Willie Mitchell bulldogs him down. Number 22, Willie Mitchell. Took him down, and Oakland will have the ball on their 20-yard line with a first down as a timeout. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score, Oakland 7 and Kansas City 0. Oakland's ball on their 22, first down. They're leading 7-0, 6:24 to go in the first half. Good pop over the middle to Billy Cannon, the tight end. And Cannon is hit around the neck and head by Jim Marsalis, the left quarterback, number 40.
This is the old-fashioned clothesline. It's the 4-3 he's going against. He hits him very quickly. Now watch the old clothesline come. Right about here.
Oakland has a first down on their 34-yard line. Dixon is stopped before he could gather any momentum. Billy Culp and Aaron Brown in there on him.
We talked about the clothesline. There's a picture of it depicting it pretty well. It also is an 80, so he's probably an end, although Billy Cannon was 33. That's kind of smart, that clothesline. I guess Kyle has had it a few times.
Well, apparently Murray Olderman, who did the cartoon, must have been through it somewhere along the way, too, to be able to depict it so well.
Willie Lanier goes out. Now they're getting two extra backs, defensive backs in the game. Goldie Sellers has come in, and Willie Mitchell's come in. They're looking for a pass. Look the way Oakland has them spread out. So they run Dixon right up the middle. As they took Culp out and Willie Lanier out and put in secondary backs, Sellers and Mitchell. It is now on the 38-yard line of Oakland. Third down and 6. Now here come Culp and Willie Lanier back in now, with Sellers and Mitchell going out.
And, Curt, when you go into that prevent defense that you were describing, the three-man line tells the offensive quarterback, run the football, and LaMonica did.
Third and 6.
He's going to him, Training. He's going to him. Pass!
To Dixon. Dixon hit by Bobby Bell, number 78. That was a classic tackle. Just waited for him and drove into him head on with that helmet going right into his stomach. Bobby Bell, who made the All-American Football League team this year as an outside linebacker, an ex-All-American at the University of Minnesota. Oakland has stopped. Now both teams are digging in and stopping the other's offense. Mitchell and Garrett back. Eyeshide and punt formation. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Oakland ahead 7-0. Garrett takes it on his 20, comes up to his 25, runs into those black-shirted Oakland Raiders there. With Drew Bowie, number 89, there's old double-aught Jim Otto, 10 years in the league as center. and an all-league selection nearly every year. This week, NBC News First Tuesday presents a film report on the Atomic Energy Commission and travels to Russia for an inside look at the student life on the campus of Moscow University. 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Tuesday night on NBC. Kansas City's ball, first down on their 25. Warren McVeigh, number 6, is now in. Good speed to the outside. He cuts back, goes down on his 26-yard line. He's hit down by 85. It's Carlton Oates, 265 pounds of him.
Of course, time becomes quite a factor for Kansas City right now with Dawson with about 3 minutes even remaining in this first half. Try to get that ball at least into midfield where Jan Stenerud can pick up 3 points for them, even if they don't drive it all the way in for the score.
The 66-yard drive by Oakland at the tail end of the first period. The 4-yard run by Charlie Smith for the TD has been the only scoring in the game. Warren McVeigh goes out in the slot to the left. Danny Dawson, look out! He gets away from Chip Oliver. And it is hot at the 40. That's Otis Taylor, number 89, covered by Atkinson. Dawson just escaped with his life from the rush of the linebacker, Oliver.
Here's Otis all alone. They're going out of a double wing. There's a big blitz behind him, a little simple curl, and then to the outside. Good pass and good catch.
Kansas City now on their 40-yard line with a first down. Kansas City's deepest penetration in this game has been to their own 48-yard line. 2 minutes, 32 seconds to play in the first half. Holmes, incomplete pass. That's just an incomplete forward pass. Robert Holmes being covered by the outside linebacker, Gus Otto, number 34. Second down and 10 to go for Kansas City. Oates is coming off the field now, and Al Dodson, number 71, goes in to replace him.
Now, Curt, we might take a look at Warren McVeigh. If they come out in this double wing again, he's being covered by number 45, Dave Grayson. And Dave is playing bump and run with him. He'll hit him at the line of scrimmage. He'll hit him again. It could be a big foot race, and McVeigh can fly.
A holding penalty against Oakland. Automatic first down. Kansas City's ball now on their 45. Back to their eye. Look out there. Charging across. Ben Davidson, 83. Now, unless he was drawn across by a movement of an interior lineman, he made contact, too, when he came across. Five-yard penalty puts the ball on the 50-yard line. Offside against Ben Davidson and the Raiders. So it is a first down and 5 yards to go for Kansas City. And this has been their deepest penetration of the game, the 50-yard line.
And you know, Curt, with the favoring wind behind Kansas City now, they are in Stenerud's range.
2:27 to go in the first half. Holmes breaks through and has a first down to the Oakland 42-yard line, where number 71, Al Dodson, made the tackle. Put it on to 40. Now let's put it on to 42. It's right between halfway between the 42-43. Kansas City now on the Oakland 42-yard line. The clock moving to the 2-minute warning. First time Kansas City's been in Oakland territory today. And there's the 2-minute warning. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score: the Oakland Raiders 7 and the Kansas City Chiefs nothing. First down. Kansas City on the Oakland 42. Kansas City has 5 first downs. Oakland has 9. Dawson has completed 4 out of 13. Kansas City broke out of the huddle just a shade early.
Curt, in that slot, when we see Frank Pitts, and they were just to the top of the screen, Pitts in the slot, Otis Taylor's flank way out wide, Willie Brown comes over from the right corner, and he will always play Otis Taylor on the outside. Nehemiah Wilson will cover Frank Pitts in the slot, and we can look for some deep patterns in that set.
There it is, Taylor to the far side, Pitts in the slot. First down. McVeigh in motion. Dawson going deep for Taylor. Pitts. And Pitts is out on the 1-yard line. Frank Pitts, number 25. He beat Nehemiah Wilson that time. And Kansas City is a first and goal.
Well, look at this in the end zone. There was a little cross. Pitch going to the outside. Terror coming to the inside. He does beat Nehemiah Wilson here. Good catch. He almost gets to the football and just steps out of bounds.
And again, we saw Mike Garrett going in motion to pull Dave Grayson out of that secondary, pull him completely away from the intended receiver.
Wendell Hayes and Robert Holmes behind Dawson. First down, a yard to go for a Kansas City touchdown. Wendell Hayes is over, according to the official. Hayes bucks over. And the conversion can tie it up now. So Kansas City finally got going offensively, and they went 75 yards in that drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays with a big play, a 41-yard pass from Len Dawson to Frank Vick. Jan Stenerud, a native of Norway, will try the point. Dawson will hold. And this can tie it. Tie ball game. The momentum now has changed. Oakland was dominant in the first period. Kansas City now has been stopping the Oakland attack and gradually coming on offensively, and right now they've taken over the momentum.
No doubt, Curt, but I think the thing we might look for is LaMonica now, because this is the kind of a quarterback that really reacts. When he's stung and when he gets behind, he's got 1:50 to go, and he could well move this Oakland Raiders team straight down the field. So the Chiefs know it. We'll see great defense, and I'm sure some great offense.
And a key part of it will be the return of the kickoff. If they can get up into midfield or get a sizable return on it to give LaMonica some working room.
Stenerud will kick with George Atkinson and Rod Sherman back deep. Stenerud kicks a deep line drive type of bird. He doesn't kick them high, but he can drive the ball on a line drive into the end zone. There it is. Just that type of kick. Atkinson, yard out to the 10, 20, and is still at the 22-yard line. He's hit there by George Daney, number 60. And let's quickly get on to Charlie Jones.
Curt, Darryl LaMonica just told me that what he wants to do is basically the same thing that Kansas City was doing. He wants to get Johnny Robinson out of the middle, just as they got Dave Grayson out of the middle. If he can do that, he feels that he can hit Rod Sherman for a touchdown pass, and that's going to be the key right now.
Oakland on their 22-yard line with a first down. Draw play to Dixon. Dixon to the 25, and to Thomas through the body block and knocked him off his feet. Thomas, the right cornerback, number 18. The play carries out to the Oakland 27. 5-yard gain, a second down and 5. And the clock shows now 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the first half, with this game tied 7-7. The winner meets the Minnesota Vikings for the World Championship next Sunday in the Super Bowl. Dixon again. And he has a first down as Oakland stops the clock, calling for time. Bobby Bell making that last tackle for Kansas City. Going to be on the Oakland 34-yard line, first down. Here's Al.
Curt, we got the 3-man rush again. The prevent defense, Goldie, Sellers, and Mitchell, number 22, are now in the game, 20 and 22. 3 men will be rushing the passer. LaMonica very wisely now is keeping the football on the ground. He's not trying to throw into that strength. He may well be playing the short football field, trying to get himself in the position for a field goal.
LaMonica is Coach Madden, figuring how they're going to play the last minute of the first half. LaMonica's passing figures 10 out of 16. They hope the passing attack more effective in the earlier part of the game than has been in the latter part of the second period. They'll have the ball on their 34 with a first down. Len Dawson with his arms folded. Number 77. Here's Jim Tyre, offensive tackle. That was the coach, Hank Stram. Even though Oakland has beaten Kansas City twice this year by 3 points and 4, these teams are really evenly matched. Here's a screen pass to Charlie Smith. The 30 breaks it to the 40 and goes down on his 44-yard line. Smith was hit there by Buck Buchanan, who comes off the right tackle slot and moves over to stop a man across the field in a screen pass to show you how fast that big man can move at 275 pounds. Eugene Upshaw and Jim Otto were over there to screen for Smith. They're measuring now. 75 is Mays of the Chiefs, and number 3 is LaMonica of the Raiders. First down for Oakland. On the Oakland 44-yard line. And 43 seconds to go in the first half with the game tied 7-7. Kyle?
Well, they have just a bit more yardage to go than Kansas City might under normal conditions. George Blanda, not as long a field goal kicker as Tinnerud. So this leaves the decision for Kansas City to keep those backfield men, or rather deep backs in there, a little easier decision to make rather than try to stop the run, because Oakland can get into field position still with the run, but it's a little more difficult. Imagine Kansas City feels they will have to go up in the air with it with only 43 seconds left.
You fans looking in, here's Warren Wells, our deep threat coming on 81. You see a bright sunshiny day, but it is not warm here. It's 53 degrees. It's a perfect day for football. But believe me, a heavy sweater, a jacket, or a top coat feels very comfortable in the stands, especially if you're in the shadows. The fans across the way in the sunshine are all right. So there's a brisk breeze blowing off the bay. First down. The backs are out. LaMonica's wrapped up on his 36-yard line by Aaron Brown, the third-year pro from the University of Minnesota. And that loss is of 8 yards. Aaron Brown has really developed into a great defensive right-end and a furious pass rusher this season from midway of last year through this year.
And, Curt, when you consider that the 3-man rush going against 5 men blocking, that is a super effort by Aaron Brown, 87. A good head fake to the inside, loops around, and makes a big tackle.
30 seconds to go in a half. The game tied 7-all. Wells to the left. See if they go real deep to him. Bolitnikov to the right. Dixon, they're going to run Dixon behind Charlie Smith. Dixon's down, and he stays in bounds. The rest keep the clock moving. 9 seconds. The half probably will end here before another play goes off. On the Oakland 41-yard line. You'll hear the gun in a second. There it is. That's the gun. The end of the first half with a score tied. Oakland 7 and Kansas City 7. On the statistics, 11 first downs to 7. The yards rushing, you see, 42 yards more for the Raiders. Slight edge in passing. Total yards, Oakland 152 to 89 for Kansas City. Dawson, 10th at 13, completed 5. LaMonica, 11 out of 17. Charlie Smith caught 6 of those passes for Oakland. 10 and 2, Wells, Bolitnikov, and Dixon each one. Otis Taylor caught 2 passes for Kansas City. The punting has been fantastic. Kansas City has punted 6 times for an average of 46 yards. Oakland has punted 4 times for an average of 49.5 yards. Oakland held the momentum throughout the first period, early in the second period, and Kansas City started coming strong. Each team had a long drive, 66 yards for Oakland and 75 yards for Kansas City.
Very interesting stat that doesn't show is the fact that the leading rusher on either team, Mike Garrett, did not carry the football in the first half.
He also happens to be the leading pass receiver for Kansas City, and he didn't catch a pass either.
Here's the kick by Tinnerud. George Atkinson fields it on the 5 to the 15. Good return here. Breaks it to the 40. Breaks to the 45 of Kansas City. A 50-yard return by George Atkinson. And the Raiders are ready to go. Atkinson was brought down by Jim Marcellus.
Here we can see it again. George Atkinson, 43, getting good speed, and what great field position, and what an important play a kickoff return turns out to be this time. That's Marcellus, Jim Marcellus, the rookie from Tennessee State.
Here Dixon is pinned in and hit by 87, Aaron Brown. Brown, 87, took him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be on the 47-yard line of Kansas City. Second down, 12. Pete Banaszak, number 40, comes into the Oakland backfield, replacing Dixon, 35. The game is tied 7-7 as we start the second half. Minnesota beat Cleveland today, 27-7. So the winner of this game meets the Vikings in the Super Bowl next Sunday. LaMonica To Sherman. Has him and out at the 35-yard line. It's close to the first down. Rod Sherman. They're going to measure.
And now with Pete Banaszak in at fullback, when they come out with the slot where he just hits now Rod Sherman, you might look for Pete Banaszak to pull a little circle over the middle. The linebacker will have to pick him up. More than likely it will be Willie Lanier.
Jim Otto standing by the yardstick. Inches to go. Third down and inches for Oakland on the Kansas City Chiefs 35. They had I don't know whether it was a gag or a serious. Oakland has not been happy about the playoff system. They've already beaten Kansas City twice this year. Here they are playing them the third time now. Still have to beat them for the championship. But somebody hung a sign in the Kansas City dressing room, home team. And Kansas City's second trip out here. Third down and inches. Charlie Smith has a first down to the 31-yard line of Kansas City.
Now we take a look at Willie Lanier, the Chiefs middle linebacker, fighting off the blocks by number 70, Jim Harvey, the pulling guard, coming around there. Also fine block thrown by Pete Banaszak.
Remember, this is sudden death. In case of a tie, we'll have an extra period, or they'll go as long until somebody scores first to decide this championship. Oakland on the Kansas City 31-yard line. Charlie Smith to the 26-yard line of Kansas City. Pete Banaszak in front of him, leading the way. And a tackle by Curly Culp and Willie Lanier for the Chiefs. Second down now. 5 to go for Oakland. Today's American Football League Championship game being brought to you in living color on NBC. If it's really special, it's on NBC. Billy Cannon, the tight end, spreads to the left. And they put Bolitnikoff and Sherman out to the right. And Banaszak in motion. Now they've got them spread out all over. A flag is down on this complicated spread out. They're explaining something to LaMonica. Now they call the defensive captain Jerry Mays in. Banaszak might have done something wrong as he started out in motion.
The area from which the flag was thrown, and as quickly as it was thrown, would indicate either a backfield in motion or a holding penalty. But as you point out, it looked like one of their backs moved, perhaps an illegal formation or back to the...
Looks like Jerry Mays had some help from Johnny Robinson, and he asked Johnny, what do you think? Robinson must take the penalty. That puts the ball back to the 31-yard line of Kansas City. The motion. And a second down. And 10 to go. Oakland breaks. Same setup. Falling down on the pass pattern was Rod Sherman that time. It was covered by the linebacker, Willie Lanier. Although that's Bolitnikoff, the pass is going to Sherman, 10 yards shorter.
Carried on that pattern, you see three men going to the right side. You have Pete Banaszak going short, Sherman a little deeper, and Bolitnikoff a bit deeper than that. Now, the pass pattern that we talked about before, when you see that slot, it looks like number 40, Banaszak, could hit over the middle, relatively deep, and be pretty clear.
3rd and 10 for the Raiders on their 31. We're in a tie game, 7-7, early in the third period. He was hit as he let that one go by Aaron Brown, who's been the best pass rusher today for Kansas City. Brown decks LaMonica. Couldn't quite get the ball down the middle where he was trying to Bolitnikoff, and it's 4th and 10. And George Blanda, the field goal kicker, comes on. Blanda has kicked 20 out of 37 this year. A 39-yard field goal attempt by Blanda. A tricky win today, too. The kick is up, and it is no good to the right. It faded to the right. You saw LaMonica with a low pass had a bit of trouble getting that ball down for him, which might have bothered his timing. Timeout on the touchback. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score Kansas City 7 and Oakland 7. There's more pressure today on him any time this season. Kansas City's dropped him only once in the previous two games, but they're getting to him more today. Kansas City on their 20 with a first down. Mike Garrett has a first down. The whistle had already been. Well, they give the ball to Oakland. Oakland ball. Garrett was arguing. Tom Keating comes up with it from the 74. Garrett had the first down, and Oakland has the ball back again. So that's the first fumble that has been lost today, and there's Keating, the all-league tackle. It's on the 33-yard line. Oakland ball on Kansas City's 33, and the Raiders are right back now with another scoring threat. This game tied 7-7, and 12 minutes to go in the third period. Slot left. Billy Cannon comes back to this side as a tight end, and makes it strong right. The pass is to Smith. Out of bounds. Charlie Smith, number 23, covered by Bobby Bell, a linebacker, with help from Johnny Robinson, and Smith is injured.
And it looks like Johnny Robinson down in that pile of 42. I believe we'll be able to see his number in a moment. Looks like he hurt his knee as he came off that sideline.
We got our vision block there with all the people standing. Is it Smith or Robinson? Kansas City player. Kansas City's backup safety man was Cesar Belzer, who is unable to play today. He has had the flu for the last couple of weeks. And Johnny Robinson, of course, one of the best safety men in football, free safety, who can really diagnose back there and roam. So he's down right now, and that's where we're waiting to see how he is. Kansas City Club went to Santa Barbara this week and trained all week. Hank Stram said it really helped them to get out of the cold, conditions of Kansas City, get out here where they can get their passing attack sharpened up, the timing back in their offense. So they've been at it all week while, of course, Oakland has stayed home.
And now, Curt, for the entire second quarter and this here, the third quarter, the Kansas City Chiefs secondary has been giving LaMonica a great deal of trouble, LaMonica. The rush, as you pointed out, has been a big factor, especially from Aaron Brown. Darrell has been going mostly to the wide stuff. He has not been trying to negotiate the middle, and it does look like the one man to beat in that middle would be 63, Willie Lanier, so we might look for something like that.
Hank Stram, you can just see him crouched over his injured player with the top of his head pointed at you. They're working on Johnny Robinson. And there he is. He's up. And looks wobbly. And he's going to come in with his right shoulder or right arm that has been injured. This could be a real blow to Kansas City to lose their free safety. He's coming into the Kansas City locker room. Mitchell has come in to replace him. Mitchell is normally a cornerback. 2nd and 10 for Oakland on the Kansas City 33. So they'll go right to work. There's a pass deep. Broken up at the 5. Willie Mitchell made a great save there.
And the man who just stepped in, you're right.
And LaMonica now is hurt. His right elbow is hurt. Incidentally, he had some tendonitis. Yes, it looks like his right wrist. And Blanda comes in to replace him. So on 2 plays, we've had injuries to key men, a safety man and a quarterback. It's 3rd down 10. Mitchell made a tremendous save on that last one. Warren Wells checks in, and Rod Sherman comes out, and they're working now on Darryl LaMonica. His throwing arm looked like his right forearm or his right wrist was injured. George Blanda, 42 years old now, in the game. Blanda's pass, incomplete to Larry Dodd. Let's quickly go down to Charlie Jones.
All right, Curt, here's the report right now on Johnny Robinson, and I will check on Darryl LaMonica. But Johnny has hurt right rib. They have taken him into the locker room. They, of course, at this point do not know the extent of the injury. I will go in and check in the locker room as soon as I have a chance to check on the extent of Darryl's injury. Back to you.
On the 40-yard line, Rod Sherman is holding now. LaMonica usually holds. Blanda will try to kick. The kick is up, and it is no good to the right. The Blanda's missed field goals, 39 yards and 40 yards, both fading to the right. Timeout. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score, Kansas City 7 and Oakland 7. They're still working on the Oakland quarterback, Darryl LaMonica. First down, Kansas City on their 20. Our game is tied 7-all. 11:30 to play in the 3rd period. Garrett hauled down behind the line of scrimmage. The 18-yard line. Dan Connors, number 55 on the tackle. And quickly back to Charlie Jones.
All right, Curt, here's the situation on Darryl LaMonica. He has hurt his right wrist and his right arm, and now you may recall in preseason Birmingham, this is the same right hand that he had hurt before. That was in preseason. They do not, of course, at this point know whether he will be able to play again. Right now, it looks doubtful. Back to you.
Like to have ice packs on his right wrist to try and stop the swelling. 2nd down 12. Garrett again. And he stopped on his 19-yard line. All right, Lassiter, the left end.
You know, Curt, at the end of the first half, right in the 2nd period, where Kansas City got their game going, they were going pretty much from their basic formation. We see them come out the first time they had the ball in this 3rd period. They gave it to Mike Garrett. Here again, they've given it to him. Apparently, they realized that maybe they'd better get back to that game plan that got them this far in the first place.
3rd and 11 for Kansas City from their 19. Garrett in motion. Dawson's pass, incomplete. Over the head of Otis Taylor, nearly picked off by Dave Grayson. The free safety, number 45, 4th and 11. And Kansas City will be in a punt formation. George Atkinson and Rod Sherman will be going back. Sherman's 13, Atkinson 43. Gerald Wilson, who averaged 46 yards a kick in the first half, will be booting. Probably trying to kick it away from Atkinson, who's a more dangerous returner than Sherman. A towering kick, not too deep. And the bounce is to the 48-yard line of Kansas City. With Chuck Hurston, number 85, touching the ball there. And Oakland has the ball again for the 3rd time in a row in Kansas City territory. The Senior Bowl on NBC, Saturday, January 10th, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. North Stars will be Terry McMillan, Dennis Shaw, Charlie Pittman, Mike Reed. South will have Terry Bradshaw, Ron Shanklin, Steve Kiner, and Ted Coy among some of the players. First down. Ryan is the quarterback. The old boy pops it out, just missing Sherman, running a post pattern into the middle. 2nd down, 10. Oakland on the Kansas City 48. The Oakland backfield now will be Blanda, with the running backs Larry Todd and Pete Bannersack behind him. And Todd goes out. Charlie Smith replaces him. Second down, 10 for the Raiders. The screen is to Bannister. There's a great play by Kearney. Jim Kearney tripped him up at the 50 and knocked his balance loose as he toppled him down. Kearney breaking up that screen.
Monica out of the football game, Blanda in. You wonder whether or not the Kansas City Chiefs now will change their defense. Blanda does not get back as quickly as LaMonica would. We may well expect here a blitz, possibly from the weak side. However, LaMonica is putting his helmet on. We'll probably see him again.
3rd and 9 for Oakland on the Kansas City 47. Blanda out to Smith. Ball caught loose. It's a complete pass, and it's Oakland ball on the Kansas City 24. Charlie Smith on the back divide coming out to take the pass from Blanda.
There you see George back. 20-year veteran from Kentucky. Here's Charlie Smith. And again, working on the linebackers. Jim Lynch, 51, covering on the play.
They've really worked Smith against Lynch today, the linebacker, going short in the first half, and now running Smith out deeper here in the second half. Oakland threatening now in a tie game, 7-all. 8:45 to go in the third period. Good protection for Blanda. Goes deep over the end zone, intended for Warren Wells, 81. It was smothered by 18, Emmett Thomas. Second down for Oakland on the Kansas City 24. You're looking at George Blanda, who was a star with the Chicago Bears before the American Football League was formed. Joined the Houston Oilers, is traded over here, LaMonica now, testing his ailing right wrist and his right hand. We may see him back in. Second down, 10 for the Raiders on the Kansas City 24. Intercepted by Emmett Thomas. He's running it out. Warren Wells missed him. And he's down on his 6. Wells fell down on the pass pattern. Wells fell down on the 5. And Emmett Thomas came up with it, and he's shaken up. We're getting some vicious hitting here in the second half. Kansas City takes over on their 6-yard line with a timeout. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score, Kansas City 7 and Oakland 7. For station identification, this is the NBC Television Network.
And WBAL TV 11 in Baltimore.
Curt Gowdy, Kyle Road, Al Derogatis, and Charlie Jones with you here. Darryl LaMonica may be coming back here the next time Oakland gets the ball. Kansas City on their 6-yard line with a first down. Emmett Thomas could have grounded that ball for a touchback. Maybe he saw something from his viewpoint that looked different from us here. Right now, the pass going deep to Pitt over his head. Pitt covered by Nehemiah Wilson, number 26. Second down. 10 to go. Kansas City on their own 6.
And Lenny Dawson realized this is a big series for the Chiefs. He's got to move that football out of there. He'll probably, if he doesn't, he gives good field position to the Oakland Raiders. First down, he goes to the pass, Curt. He may try to run it straight up the middle just to get some yardage.
A slot to the right, Richardson slotted inside Otis Taylor. Second and 10. Holmes, nearly tackled for a safety. Goes down on his 2-yard line, hit there by that quick-charging Tom Keating, who can really fire off the mark at right tackle.
And that's the hallmark of both of these defensive units, that tremendous lateral pursuit that they have. That time Keating coming laterally. Beautiful tackle, as you point out, almost a safety.
Keating's a great story. Had an Achilles tendon torn, missed all last year. Started the season about 75% efficiency. Now he's come back to where he was 2 years ago. One of the quickest tackles in the game, getting off the mark. 3rd and 14, Kansas City on their 2-yard line. Game tied 7-7. And a pass. Unloads it out to Taylor. And it is complete. What a catch by Taylor. Otis Taylor making an almost impossible catch as he tight-roped that far sideline.
Rex will be able to pick this catch up. Dawson back. Taylor going way down to his right, far downfield along the sideline. And there he comes in. There he has it. Inbound. George Atkinson, 43, defending.
Now Kansas City breathing easier. They're on their 37 instead of their 2. And that big third down pass. The game tied 7-7 midway in the third period. They're in their old Model T. They're double team this time on a tackle. And ripping through is Robert Holmes. They put the tight end, Urbanus, in the backfield. He and the other back will move in and double team the opposing tackle. Gus Otto and Chip Oliver, the 2 linebackers, made the stop. Play didn't look like much, but it gained 6 yards. It's 2nd down and 4 for Kansas City.
And you wonder if they ever play action off of that, Curt, because those 2 big men, Urbanus and the off-track, both driving up. They could release and just try to circle over the middle.
Richardson's to the right, pitch to the left. And 2nd down, Dawson out to Holmes. Holmes to the 40. And goes down, but Kansas City now is threatening. They're on the Oakland 34-yard line.
And look how important this is right now. We've got Kansas City, a brand new ball game. Here Dawson going back. He'll be hitting Holmes down around the left-hand side. But Kansas City, it's a brand new ball game, 7-7. They have control of the ball. They're in Oakland territory. That's Holmes on the little flare-out pass and upfield, working on the linebacker.
First down, Kansas City. This drive is carried from their 6 to the Oakland 34. The old Model T, Mike Garrett, is met by Gus Otto, who knocked him backward. Chip Oliver in there, but it was Otto who stopped his forward motion. At the Oakland 32-yard line, a gain of 2, 2nd down, 8. Deep men on the eye. Urbanus, the tight end, stays in the backfield. Dawson fakes to Garrett, goes to Taylor. A flag is dropped and interference is called on Nehemiah Wilson, who bumped Otis Taylor. There was that fake off the old tee.
You'll probably be able to see this. This is Taylor coming off that line of scrimmage, moving around Nehemiah Wilson. Wilson playing in close. There was the bump with the left arm.
Kansas City now, 1st down and goal to go. And the hometown fans didn't like that interference call on Nehemiah Wilson, number 26. Just a few plays ago, Kansas City had the ball on their 2-yard line. The ball's on the 7. Well, they call the interference, the 7-yard line. 1st and 7 to go for Kansas City touchdown. Holmes and Hayes, 2 fullback tight end now.
Dawson will not take that call until they quiet down.
As Kansas City regroups before this all-time record crowd here in the Oakland Coliseum. The stadium alone tells the story of the American Football League. Just a few years ago, he used to broadcast in a high school field 3 miles from here, seating 15,000. Over 54,000 here today. 6 goes out wide. That's Holmes. He's inside the 5. And he's brought down by Connors and Keating. 2nd down and 4 to go now for a Kansas City touchdown. Going out is Hangstrom. Going out is Pitts, and coming in is Taylor.
And this is where that Kansas City style of passing from the play-action fake is so important, because they have to respect the run primarily. And if he pulls that ball back and throws it, he'll be in great shape.
Stroud the big tight end they just activated this morning is now in. They get some blocking power in there, and he'll be number 88. They got all the blocking power they can get in here down on this Oakland goal line. Second down, 4 to go for a Kansas City touchdown. Oakland scored. 36 seconds to go in the first period, and a run by Charlie Smith of 4 yards after a 66-yard drive. Kansas City in the second period marched 75 for the time touchdown. Now there's one. After 3 times stopping Oakland in this quarter. Here's Holmes. Holmes ran into his own man, who slowed him down, Otis Taylor. And then Dan Connors made the tackle. But Taylor got mixed up and started throwing back into the play and bothered Holmes. It's on the 5-yard line of Oakland. 3rd and 5 to go for a Kansas City touchdown.
You couldn't help, Curt, to think that possibly Lenny Dawson, as he handed that football off, was taking a peek to the far side because he was wide open. And with that bad knee, he may not want to run, but the bootleg looked pretty good just then.
3rd and 5 for a touchdown. Taylor's out to the left. The only wide man out. Holmes again. And he is in for the score. Holmes puts Kansas City out in front. They had some blocking from Buddy and number 76, Mormon.
Yeah, watch those two guards. Both of them getting out of that line in great shape. 76, Mo Mormon. 71, Ed Buddy out in front. There you see 71 going the block at the line of scrimmage.
What a drive by Kansas City. Started on their 6. They were pushed back to their 2. Then they went 98 yards for the score. A big 3rd down pass from the 2 to the Kansas City 37 from Dawson to Taylor was what really kept that drive going. And the interference call, of course, helped it more. The kick by Stenerud is good. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score. Kansas City 14 and Oakland 7. Johnny Robinson is back on the field. And I have a hunch, I don't know, it might be rib cage that was injured. Looks like they're working on some tape on it. He had to be taken to the locker room. Here's a kickoff by Stenerud. This is a high one. Atkinson on the 4. The 20. And carried under Goldie Sellers, number 20. George Gainey, number 60. And Willie Mitchell, 22, down to cover the kickoff. Let's get on to Charlie.
Here's the situation on Johnny Robinson. He has injured right ribs. They are not broken. They have been shot. He can play. He says he does not think that he will. As far as Darryl LaMonica, his hand is swollen. It has been sprayed. He says he's going to have a little tough time holding on to the football, but he is back at a quarterback. He says he does not think it will affect him that much, but it will hurt him tomorrow.
All right, LaMonica's back in and gives it to Bannersack. Bannersack pulled out from behind by Jerry Mays, who trailed the play. Coming from his left in position and catching a running back from behind, something you see a lot of in pro football. They testify how quick these big linemen are when they can catch the backs from behind on lateral pursuit. It's on the 26-yard line. A 3-yard gain for Oakland. They have a 2nd down and 7, and they're trailing now for the first time in the game. With 2 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the 3rd period. Charlie Smith breaking in, the pass going to the sideline. 3rd down and 7 for Oakland. Has the momentum very definitely swinging over to Kansas City now. The biggest play of this game has been that 3rd down pass from Dawson out of his end zone to Otis Taylor, which kept Kansas City alive. If they hadn't completed that one, they would have had to punt out of their end zone. And Oakland would have again been in good operating position. 3rd and 7. Incomplete. Billy Cannon was spilled by Jim Kearney, number 46. The crowd thinks interference should have been called again, but it's not. So Oakland does nothing on their possession, and they'll have to give the ball up now on the punting situation. Mike Garrett and Willie Mitchell are going back to the double safety. 22 is Mitchell, 21 is Garrett, and Mike Eichheid is in punt formation. He averaged 49.5 yards a kick in the first half. Flag goes down, and the officials rush in. Kearney was still on the field. Goes back to the 21. They're conferring. Offside against Oakland. 4th down and 12. Mitchell and Garrett are on their 35-yard line. The kick is to Garrett. Steals it on his 44 and ripped down immediately. Hit there by 39, Wayne Hubbard, or Marv Hubbard. A rookie who's really coming along. You'll be seeing him a lot as a running back next year for Oakland. Shell's Wonderful World of Golf. It's 9th consecutive year, next weekend on NBC. Check your local listings for the starting date and time of this Emmy Award-winning series. Kansas City up first down on their 42-yard line. They're leading 14-7. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third period. Richardson spread to the left. Oh, they're opening holes now. Wendell Hayes going through and into Oakland territory of the Oakland 48.
Obviously, Curt, the momentum now is with the Kansas City Chiefs, and if the Oakland Raiders are going to stay in this football game, this is probably the most important series of the entire afternoon because the Chiefs are once again in great field position.
They have second down and a short yard to go. Wendell Hayes has the first down to the Oakland 44 with Dave Grayson, number 45, and Carl Oates, 85, on the tackle.
You know, that's what it takes for Kansas City to keep that type of control game going, picking up substantial yardage on that first down so that they can still, within reason and percentage, continue on the ground and not have to put the ball up in the air.
They led the American Football League in rushing, the only team to go over 2,000 yards. In 6 of the 10 years, they have gone over 2,000 yards a season on the ground. Flag is down. No other team in the AFL has gone over 2,000 yards a year, over twice. Kansas City's done it 6 times in 10 years, so they've always been a good rushing team and a good ball control team. Penalties against Kansas City. On the Oakland 49-yard line. Offside. First down and 15 yards to go for Kansas City on the Oakland 49. We're in the last minute of play in the third period. Kansas City ahead 14-7 for the American Football League Championship. They're in a slot to the left. Taylor's in the slot. Richardson outside him. First and 15. Diagnosed. The middle linebacker, Dan Connors, played a tremendous game today. It's now on the 44-yard line of Kansas City. That's a loss of 7 and a second down and 22 yards to go.
And there you have 2 plays, the penalty, and then Connors' great defensive move that has really taken Kansas City out of field goal range. At one point, they were on the 45, Oakland's 45.
We're in the last 10 seconds of the third period. Robert Holmes hit by Tom Keating, number 74, on a quick charge. And time. That's the end of the third quarter. And Keating is shaken up. At the end of the third quarter with a score, Kansas City 14 and Oakland 7. Keating is injured now, and he's out. Al Dodson replaced him at tackle. The injuries have been the key men in this game. The winners may come out of here battered. This is hitting game here in the second half. Third down, 23 to go for Kansas City. 41. Warren McVeigh shooting to the 50 and getting to the 48-yard line of Oakland. Fourth down now. Kansas City is doing something here that you don't normally see. Oakland is overshifting to that side, the top of your field. And yet Kansas City is still taking that ball right at the overshift, right into the strength of the defensive line. Stenerud is in the game. There's Atkinson back deep, and they're going to try a field goal. Stenerud has kicked a 54-yard field goal at Denver. He's kicked 3 over 50 this year. This will be a 55-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and it is in the field of play, knocked down by Atkinson. He leaped up to try and block it, and he stopped it in the field of play. So Oakland has a ball on their 6-yard line in the hole. And that cost Oakland about 15 yards, too. Earlier we saw Kansas City, Emmett Thomas, I believe it was, catching the ball and trying to run it out of that end zone and ending up on about his 4 or 5 yard line. And here we have Oakland, the same thing. They've lost for themselves about 15 very valuable yards. That's what you call huddling under your own goalpost. First down, Oakland on her skip. Monica. After Smith, it comes out to the 8-yard line, 7 or 8-yard line, met by Willie Lanier, the middle linebacker, number 63.
The Oakland Raiders, Curt, have not really been able to move that football very well since the first quarter. You'll recall they ran well on that particular play, but now that defensive unit of the Kansas City Chiefs are really exploding off the ball. Buck Buchanan up the middle, Culp coming, Mays from the left side, and Aaron Brown is just an outstanding on the right side.
Well, they led the league in 14 departments, fewest points scored, only 77 yards rushing the game against them. They've had the top defensive team in the league all year. Second down, 9. Intercept. Oh, a new interception by Bobby Bell. Look at him. He's the unhappiest man here right now. With $25,000 waiting down the road for the winner of this ball game, a possible $25,000. And those are big plays. Yes, Lamonica has come back in. He's been rushed, and also he's not throwing the same as he did in the first half. That's his wrist injury. Billy Cannon is out, and the deep threat, Warren Wells, 81, has come in. It's third down now and 8 to go. Willie Mitchell has come into the secondary, playing in Robinson's spot. And they've got Emma Thomas on Wells right now. They're going to the sideline, and flag was dropped. The flag was dropped at the 14-yard line. Either have Willie Mitchell or Jim Lynch involved in the play. You'll get the call from the official. 5 yards. Holding automatic first down. Oakland's ball on their own 12 now with a first down.
Now we might take a look at the charge here of Buck Buchanan. Buck has been double-teamed, Curt, all afternoon, and he's still making great penetration.
14-7, Kansas City ahead. 13 minutes to play. Pete Banaszak stopped on his 16-yard line. Bobby Bell, the outside left linebacker. There's Buck Buchanan, 86, and number 63 is the middle linebacker, Willie Lanier. They call him Contact, and you can see why. He loves to hit people. Second down, 6 to go for Oakland. Able to push this Kansas City defense in the second half. Complete. Rod Sherman running that post pattern into the middle. Running that post pattern into the middle. It's on the 35-yard line and a first down.
This is Sherman all alone now. A simple pattern, quick look in, and he hits them. If you're wondering about Bolitnikoff, he's been double covered most of the afternoon. To play. Kansas City leading 14-7. Slot to the left. Going down that time was
Sherman. Willie Mitchell on him. Incomplete pass, second down and 10. Sherman protesting that he was stripped by Willie Mitchell.
And you'll get a lot of this, particularly the way the cornerbacks cover against these wide receivers. Right up close, bumping them all the way down. And as long as they're doing it before the ball's thrown, it's all right.
Wells and Biletnikoff to the left now. Sherman to the right. Dr. Smith. Gets it to the 50. Charlie Smith into Kansas City territory. At the Kansas City 43. Jim Lynch brought him down from behind.
There it is again. This is a rarity when you beat a veteran team like this so openly on the screen. Bobby Bell is in good position. However, a good block takes him out right here. Charlie Smith cuts behind the block. And there's Kearney one-on-one. That's a tough tackling assignment.
First down. Here comes Smith to the 39 of Kansas City. And he was taken down by Curly Pope, the left tackle. So with the ball on the 39-yard line, a 4-yard gain, a second down 6. The score, 14-7, Kansas City. 10 minutes, 45 seconds to play. Oakland now has marched this ball from their 6-yard line to Kansas City's 39. Kansas City just had a 94-yard drive for a touchdown. Nearly intercepted by Lanier, the middle linebacker, who dropped back deep to help cover against Rod Sherman.
He's tried this pass, Curt, several times, and Willie Lanier, the veteran that he is, just drops off into the hole. As yet, we haven't seen him go on that deep pattern to number 23, Charlie Smith. It's going to be interesting when we see an isolated situation. Charlie coming out of the backfield, possibly against Jim Lynch.
Hewitt Dixon's gone in as a running back, replacing Pete Bannister. Dixon will be number 35. 3rd and 6. Oakland on the Kansas City 39. Wells went to the wrong side. Number 81 comes back to this side. Emma Thomas takes him out at the line of scrimmage. Intercepted by Kearney. Jim Kearney has the ball at the 25. Look at him break tackles, and Warren Wells finally wrapped him up, standing up at the 31.
Now, the big rush here is the thing that really makes the play. LaMonica forces it. He sees that man coming. He gets hit. Here's Kearney for the interception. Here's some fancy stepping. Doesn't get too many yards, but he sure moves around.
Look at it. Also had a flag drop during that interception. Within the 30, it passed the distance to the goal. It goes back to the Kansas City 14. Personal foul clipping against Kansas City. Kansas City's ball. Here's Lamonti. Let's watch him get wrapped on this play as he goes back. Kansas City's had a great pass rush today. That was Mays that hit him, number 75. Kansas City's had the best pass rush today. They're on their 14-yard line with a first down. Wendell Hayes. To the 20. Stiff arming Dave Grayson, but Grayson bumps him out of bounds on the 26. First down. Kansas City on their own 26-yard line. They're ahead 14-7. 10 minutes and 5 seconds remain to play. The winner meets the Vikings for the world title next Sunday. Fitz left, Taylor right are the wide men. Hayes and Holmes behind Len Dawson. Crossbuck. Fumble. Open ball. They got messed up on the crossbuck. You saw them run into each other on a busted play. And down on the pile, Carlton Oates 85.
Here it is, a broken play. Wendell Hayes is the guy that breaks it. Holmes is hitting behind him. An extremely big break.
Holt. Keating was also in there with him. Keating's back in. Oakland now with a big opportunity to tie this game. They're on the Kansas City 24 with a first down. Jim Marcellus has it. Marcellus over the 30 and runs it out to his 33. Rookie cornerback Marcellus coming up with a tip ball. And Kansas City, which led the league in interceptions with 32, has intercepted 2 in a row here.
The man doing the tipping, Willie Lanier, I believe, so mobile back in that secondary, making tremendous drops, great drops, apparently well scouted against their pass offense, making the drops exactly into the right areas.
And the Chiefs have it again on their 33. They're leading 14-7. The clock moving now. We're approaching 9 minutes to go in this game. To their 37-yard line. With Tom Keating. Making the stop on Wendell Hayes.
And now, Curt, time will become a factor. There's 8:40 to go, just about. If they run this football and chew up a few first downs, they're going to force LaMonica, obviously, to go to the bomb. So it's that defensive line of the Oakland Raiders that will have to keep them in it.
Second down, 6. The pitch is to Holmes. And he's up. Fumble. Oakland's ball back again. Oakland's ball, and Dan Connors is on the ball, number 55.
And the man who really makes the play here is Zamaya Wilson. He cuts everything down. Great play by Wilson, and there's a very alert Connors. Puts his body between himself and the ball carrier. Big break.
Oakland now on the 31 of Kansas City. Just a moment ago, they had it on the 24 and threw it away. They're trailing 14-7. The draw to Dixon. Dixon knocked down by Aaron Brown, the defensive right end, number 87. And now, Ed Lossimer goes out and Curly Culp replaces him. It's on the 36-yard line of Kansas City, a loss of 5. Second and 15, and this ball is changing hands like a hot potato. Neither club made a mistake in the first half. What an emotional turnaround for the fans of both clubs. So with his hard hitting, they're getting giveaways by both teams. Look out, Brown hit LaMonica. Aaron Brown, what a pass rusher he's been today as he stormed in there from his right end. Tackle only once in 2 games by Kansas City. He's got it today.
He's had a tough afternoon, and Brown has been just spectacular. He gets it again. Now, Darrell may come back, Curt, with the screen, but Jim Lynch will more than likely be looking forward to this side.
Billy Cannon checks out, and Rod Sherman, a wide receiver's in. Oakland now has their 3 wide men in the game, Sherman, Biletnikoff, and Wells. 3rd and 15 on the Kansas City 36. Intercepted again. That's Emmett Thomas to the 40, to the 50. LaMonica will have to save it, maybe. He missed it, and he's pulled down. 3 interceptions in a row by Kansas City. Biletnikoff saved the touchdown.
We're going to see this happening all the way. There's Warren Wells. This is a great interception. What a year Emmett Thomas has had. And LaMonica does make the save because he forces the man to cut back in, and Biletnikoff is able to tackle him. Right there.
And another key man has been injured. There's a LaMonica. Buck Buchanan was helped off. He's injured over there now, and they're working on him. I don't know who's going to win it, but whoever is going to come out of this game battered up. First down. Hayes is struck down on the 17 of Oakland by Tom Keating. The yard gain, 2nd down, and 9 to go. Timeout momentarily. Now they say start the clock again with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to play.
Curt, the one thing you don't do here is sacrifice the field goal because 17 points looks mighty big right now.
Taylor to the right and pitch to the left. Kansas City's ahead, 14-7. 3 interceptions in a row in their own territory. To the 17, maybe a little over that. Carlton Oates and Dan Connors, the middle linebacker, 55. Well, still on the 17. Garrett brought down. McVeigh comes in to replace him. They may not see it. McVeigh's a left-hander that can throw a option pass, can throw a running pass left-handed. Third down, 9 to go for Kansas City. Wendell Hayes and McVeigh behind Dawson. Now Dawson moves them and switches them around. That's McVeigh. He's hit on the 14-yard line by Connors and Chip Oliver. And Stenerud is coming on now. Stenerud's coming on for a field goal attempt. It could be a big 3 points with a score 14-7. This field goal will be, Dawson is going to hold it on the 22-yard line. Slide angle from the far side. The kick is good. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score. Kansas City 17 and Oakland 7. The two coaches, Madden on your left, worried he should be. Hank Stram, a little sprightlier on the right. His team with a 10-point lead and under 5 minutes to play. Stenerud's kick. High, not too deep. Sherman fields it on the 10. And George Janey brings him down on the 27-yard line. We're looking to see if Buck Buchanan's coming back in. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's back in the game.
Curt, before the game, I mentioned to Jim Schaaf, the very affable PR man for the Kansas City Chiefs. I said I liked Oakland. He said, well, I wouldn't. He said, the Chiefs have been just great all week.
Oakland ball now on the 26-yard line. The last 3 times they've had it, they've been intercepted. As it's cut by the line of scrimmage. Intended for Charlie Smith. But that ball was tipped. Buck Buchanan again. Buck Buchanan tipped it. 6'9", 275. Oakland has one of the most explosive offenses of pro football. They run 5-man pass patterns. A very sophisticated offense. You can see what a great defensive team this Kansas City club is today. The way they've stopped them so far. Second down, 10. And that's knocked away by Kearney. A flag is down. Interference call on Kearney against Billy Cannon. Kearney hooking him over the shoulder.
Once again, Curt, what a great rush, though. LaMonica's being hit. He's hit more here than I'm sure he has been hit all year put together.
Mays was coming in on the other side, but Brown was the man to get in there and knock him out of the pocket.
Bob Sweet just cannot contain Aaron Brown this afternoon. Aaron has just been spectacular. Charging, pushing, moving all the time. Just collapses the pocket. LaMonica's had a very tough day.
And the pass rush of Kansas City has been the story today. Harassing LaMonica. He's had to throw under the gun. He's been intercepted 3 times here in this fourth period. Now the line of scrimmage, their own 25, second and 21. But now he's hit again by 2 men. He jumps it out. The Banasac. LaMonica again was knocked down by Curt and Mays as he let the ball go. Banasac is stopped on his 36-yard line. The play goes for 11 and 3rd and 10 now. 3.5 minutes to go, and Kansas City's leading 17-7. Willie Willie Mitchell's dropping way back as a safety man. He's determined nothing wrong is going over him. The Warren Wells, no good. Tough catch that shoestring. Attempt by Wells. 4th and 10 for Oakland on their 36. Here's LaMonica coming off. Oakland lost just one game this year. They've had the best record of any team in pro football the last 3 years, losing only 4 games in the last 3 years, but they're up against it now. And they're putting Eyeshide back in a punt formation with Garrett and Mitchell deep. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play. He gets it away. Good bounce for him. And it is dead on the 8-yard line. By Eyeshide, timeout. Action will continue in the AFL Championship game with a score. Kansas City 17 and Oakland 7. Kansas City's ball on their 8-yard line. They'll try and protect their 10-point lead now with 2 minutes and 52 seconds to play. Mike Garrett, Wendell Hayes. Now they're in that, Arbanis the tight end, they're in that old Model T formation. It stops at the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2. We had Darryl LaMonica named the most valuable player in Writers and Broadcasters poll. The coaches, 10 head coaches voted in the league, named Joe Namath as the player of the year, and he received a Barracuda from the coop. Both men were honored this year, the 2 quarterbacks, LaMonica and Namath. On the 10-yard line, 2nd down, 8 to go. Kansas City ahead. Tied at the half, 7-all. Look out! Trying to hand it to Hayes, and Oakland has it. What was that? The real turnaround there. Ike Lassiter in there, and Oakland has now recovered 3 fumbles deep in Kansas City territory. The last 2, they were intercepted. Let's see what they do with this drive. They're on the 13-yard line with a 1st down.
I know there was some discussion up here as to whether Oakland should have punted on that last situation with less than 3 minutes remaining, but the way it's turned out to their advantage.
The 2-minute warning now is being given. LaMonica will come to the sideline to talk to his coach. Action. Oakland's ball on the Kansas City 13-yard line. Kansas City's fumbled 3 times in the 4th period. Deep in their own territory. Oakland hasn't been able to cash in, though. LaMonica goes to Wells, and it is out of bounds. Emma Thomas grabbed it, but is out of bounds with it. Emma Thomas has intercepted a pass today and led the league in interceptions during the season.
You know, most offensive receivers will instinctively put both feet down real quick and do a little quick tattoo step. This being a defensive player, of course, you're not as aware usually of going into that sideline.
2nd down, 10 to go for Oakland. 10 points behind with only 1:55 to play. Cannon to the left there in the slot right. Can't get it. He ran the slant pattern under the goalpost with Willie Mitchell and Emma Thomas double teaming him. I want to thank Bruce Rice and Dick Smith for their help today. Ted Reinhold, our stage manager Bob Osberg. That is Hank Stram, the Kansas City coach, watching the clock like the rest of us.
Oakland and LaMonica has just not been firing that football like we know he can. He has not gone to number 25, Bolitnikoff, although Fred has been in a one-on-one situation with Marcellus most of the afternoon.
3rd and 10. And Willie Mitchell nearly intercepted. The pass intended for the tight end, Billy Cannon, number 33. Here's Oakland's last chance, probably. 4th and 10 with 1:46. If we want to, this is the last game as we know it in the American Football League. 10 years. Probably one of the most interesting sports stories of all time that we'll talk about here in just a minute. We want to thank everyone for all their help, the coaches, the staff, the front offices of the teams who have cooperated so highly with us at NBC. 4th and 10. Again, 87 Aaron Brown pounced on him and brought him down, and again Kansas City has stopped Oakland. This time Kansas City will take over on their own 20. Boy, what a game. That Aaron Brown, 265 pounds, tight end. They had him at linebacker, then moved him around. Hank Stram shook his hand. Finally, they set him at defensive right end last year, and he started to come about the middle of the year and really developed. He's been the man today with that tough front four, but he has been the man in on La Monica. And now with a minute and 20 seconds to go, Kansas City will try and freeze it away. Oakland had their chances but couldn't convert. Wendell Hayes is running straight ahead to his 22 or 23-yard line. Oakland now is asking for time. They haven't called time yet. There's 1 minute to go. The clock's still moving. And a disappointed Oakland crowd starting to file out here. Seconds to play. Kansas City and the Vikings for the world title. Wendell Hayes again. And now they have called time and stopped the clock with 32 seconds to go. I wanted to just say this, that this league that started with millions of doubters and then scoffed at and ridiculed in the first 2 or 3 years is winding up its last game today. It made it. And it made it big. Next year, there'll be a new setup in pro football as the final move of the merger takes place. The Baltimore Colts, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Cleveland Browns will come over and join the AFL teams in the Eastern Conference. The remaining NFL teams will play in the Western Conference. There'll be an American Conference and National Conference, but this is the last game of the American Football League. It's been great satisfaction to watch the underdog develop along. Here's Mike Garrett to the 30. Again, Oakland dashes in, stops the clock, but 24 seconds to go. Oakland has 1 timeout left.
I guess it's a great tribute to Hank Stram, the winningest coach in the American Football League, going against the Oakland Raiders, who obviously have the second best record. Their series are 10-10 up to this point. They both have been in the Super Bowls, and now Hank, who has had a successful career, will bring the Kansas City Chiefs in against the Minnesota Vikings.
The fans still give the Oakland. Here's Stram already being hoisted. Gerald Wilson in punt formation. It is out of bounds. Hank Stram up on Dave Hill's shoulders, number 73. I want to thank our sponsors who made all this possible. Chrysler Corporation has been with us all the way. Phillips 66. Many of the sponsors along the line this year are sending these games to wherever you're looking. John Madden. Disappointed, of course. Charlie Smith. Popped from behind by Curly Culp, number 61. Culp was a big key for the Kansas City team this year. And there he is. They're winning the champion coach for the AFL. The game is over, and Kansas City, when I say a mild upset, they were underdogs by 4 or 5. In 3 games, 3 really tough games. Oakland won the 2 in the regular season, but Kansas City wins the big one. And now, next Sunday in the Super Bowl, with a $25,000 per share game at stake for each player, it'll be Kansas City against Minnesota. 2 very physical teams. Two very physical teams will meet next Sunday, and let's get some quick closing comments there. First by Kyle Roach.
Well, I'm sure, as you point out, next week, two very powerful teams will be meeting. Minnesota Vikings, Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm sure Minnesota playing on the frozen field in Minnesota have a few bruises that we're not familiar with, too. And I'm sure it'll be a great ball game. What a great job the Kansas City defensive unit did, holding on until their offense got on track today.
And Al Derogatis.
The team that led in the turnovers, the team that had the greatest number of interceptions, the greatest number of fumbles, did it with a super defense, and a great tribute, Curt, to that sensational 98-yard drive, the great catch by Otis Taylor on the far side.
Here's the Kansas City locker room, and this is Curt Gowdy on behalf of us here in the NBC booth. Thanks for looking in today and during the season. We're going to switch you down to the line. There's Johnny Robinson holding his injured rib.